Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Mina here, and in today's video I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to make a PFP yet again. Anyways, so I know you're wondering why is there a bunch of candy in front of me. That's because we're also gonna be playing Pucker Up, and I'm gonna be answering some series of questions. And if I don't want to answer the question while I answer the questions, actually sorry, I'm gonna be chewing, some very sour candy. I know this is like very satisfying for y'all to see me in pain, but you know what, I'm gonna do it anyways. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, but anyways, so I know you guys like my skills, so I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make a PFP. So I hope you find this video very helpful. Okay, now let's get on with the video. So I'm gonna be reading the questions out of this paper because I wrote all the questions down. So these questions are from past Q&A questions anyway. So the first question is, will I ever be quitting YT? So even though I've been super unmotivated lately and I don't know what to post, quitting is not an option because I've put way too much effort into this and I cannot leave you guys hanging. So nah, I'm not quitting anytime soon. As you can see behind me, I have a 1 million play button, which is one of my biggest dreams on this channel. I've dedicated a lot to this channel and I really hope I reach that milestone. It would make me really happy. But anyways, let's start with making the PFP. So here I was screenshotting my character for the PFP. So basically I just screenshot a bunch of positions because I'll pick the one I want to use when I'm importing the pictures. So I usually just take one with the arms out, just drag it and with the arms out and stuff. One thing about me is that I experiment a lot with my PFPs, which is why when you see my PFPs you're probably like, how the heck does she do that? It's because I do a lot of twitching, like it doesn't look normal. But yeah, so in this PFP I wanted her to be holding the phone like a selfie, and then I noticed this animation did exactly that, so I took a screenshot. Okay, so I'm super nervous, but let's just get on with it. So this is the first candy, and the question is, oh my god, this is so sour. Alright, the question is, who is my celebrity crush? So I really like Joe Curry, and I like Kate Powers. They're just really fine. Anyways, let's spit this out and get on with the next step to making a PFP. Alright, so we're back to make the actual PFP. So here I was importing my background and I'm using Ibis Paint for this. So now I imported my character. I need to remove the background. So I selected it with the bucket tool and I removed it. All you have to do is just select the green part and then just clear it on the actual image. That's exactly what I did. If you need a slower, tutorial, just watch this video slower. Anyway, so now that I have my main character, I was just, figuring out how I was gonna do this because the pose that I was trying to achieve was gonna, take me through a lot. So I remember the other picture that I took. So I brought it and then I just did the same thing. I cleared out the background, and then now was where the actual, everything came in. So I've tried to size it to where the actual character was. Then I flipped it with that tool over there. And then now that it was the same size, I just had to erase the parts that were the first layer of the body. So I only needed the hand that was holding up. That was the only hand that I needed from it. So I took off the whole body. To the first layer because I needed to get rid of the other hand. So I just did the same thing. I erased it with the erase tool. Don't worry about the hair, it doesn't matter, you can fix it up later with a brush tool. So yeah, and now the hand is perfectly, you know, fitting, and it just looks normal now, doesn't it? Don't worry about the hand that isn't actually there, you just have to draw it back. Alright, so welcome back to Pucker Up with Muna. So the next question is oh wait, I have to take a candy. Alright. Okay, I can handle this one. Will I ever be doing a face reveal? Well, no, I don't think so. You know, maybe I might actually do one. I don't know, I'm not sure yet, but yeah. Let's get on with the rest of the tutorial, I guess. So here I was just fixing up the hand that, you know, was cut off. All you have to do is just draw it back, make sure it looks exactly like the one that was missing. And then I noticed that there was a glove also, and so I had to fix up the glove too. So that was exactly what I did. Yeah, so I'll just do that. You guys can enjoy the music. Now that the whole body was looking proportional, I went ahead to import the phone which she was going to be holding, and this is the phone that I picked out. I really love this phone because it's really cute actually. So I did the same thing, I removed the background, then I placed it in such a way that it would look like, give the illusion that she was holding the phone. That was exactly what I did. So I pushed it forward because if it was at the edge of the hand, it wouldn't fit in the frame. So I pushed it forward and decided to, you know, draw the hand. Okay, so now I needed to bedazzle the phone because, you know, it wouldn't look right if it was facing forward, and I didn't want to do the wallpaper thing again. I wanted it to be like she was taking a selfie, so that was exactly what I did. So I'm actually gonna do this off camera. I'm just gonna bedazzle it, basically just play around with the brush, just play around, add things that you think should be added and stuff. Yeah, and then it will look pretty cute. So the phone is all bedazzled and looking cute. So I changed the layer to a new layer, and then I made it multiply, you know, and then I dropped the skin color, and then I just started shading, you know, the shadow that's usually under the hair. I'm using the normal dip pen brush. I never change my brush on this. I want to like use it for blush or something, so it's not something that I do. I'm not used to it. So here I was just shading the ears, the hands, everything that needed to be shaded. Then I erased the shadow off the eyebrows because I thought it looked weird. So yeah, now I was gonna draw the eyelashes. Don't do too much with the eyelashes. Usually 2 is enough. Like, you don't want to have her having like a full set or anything. We want it to look natural. So I finished with the eyelashes. Now I wanted to do the highlight on the nose. Basically I just use a white brush and then just paint it, then use the eraser to erase the center, and then I reduce the opacity. Something I always do is outline the lips to make them look big, you know, and then I was gonna add highlights on the lashes. It's usually just white dots, nothing serious. And yeah, it was coming together over here. And then I wanted to do the blush. I created a new layer, but like I'm gonna be using the airbrush for the blush, so that's why it looks like that. And it's on multiply. It's a multiply layer. It's not a normal, you know. Here I was adding the freckles. A PFP is not complete without freckles. And then I also added some black beauty marks, although I also experimented with some white beauty marks. I wanted to see how they would look, and they look just fine. So here I was, you know, changing the layer to overlay on a new layer, and then just using a bright yellow brush to paint around, kind of like highlights, just highlighting the tip. I learned this from It's Hamster, so it's a very good tip, honestly, so credits to her. And then I was just, you know, defining most of the, you know, face and everything. And then now I wanted to, you know, kind of like makeup for Toca characters, but I used a brush with the dark kind of like, you know, I don't know why they call it a makeup because I don't use a lot of makeup, so just a dark brush. And then I would blur it after, you know, just look at all my settings and stuff, see what I'm doing. Use a dark brush and then just blur it actually. Now I wanted to add some nose rings and basically some eyebrow rings, I don't know, but something like that. I just wanted it to look cute overall, so I was just adding some personality to the character, and I think I really got that. I got the memo. And now I was just adding those cute stickers you usually see on my PFPs. I just used like a pastel brush and then just paint, you know, cute stickers around my face. Now I'm adding the overlay. I added this mouse cursor just so I could point out what I was actually doing. So you just have to go to FX filter, choose the stroke, and then the glow outer, basically white and black. So now I was just adding some normal highlights to the hair. Nothing much actually. And now I'm just gonna let y'all enjoy the music. And I just put it over, you know, at a considerable, you know, place. And then I wanted to do the edges. I believe I used the mouse to show you exactly how I got this stroke kind of edges. So yeah, just follow that. And now that I was done in Ibis Paint, I moved on to Colourtone, where I'm going to be using the Seychelles filter. And I usually reduce the intensity and sharpen it a bit. And now that we're in Wink, this is for enhancing the quality. I'm using the AI UHD, but you can use the high resolution one too. Then now it's just gonna make the quality all better. And that was exactly what I did. And now we've got our super cute PFP. And now let's finish up with Pucker Up. I'm gonna be eating the most sour candy if I answer this question. Alright, so question is, do I have an in real life crush? I'm gonna be taking this candy right now. Okay, so the answer is no. Not right now. I really don't like everything. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!